there. I'm your host, Lucy. This is your host, Sarah. This is our episode 2, brought to you by Sparkly Champagne. We're still auditioning champagne and wine sponsors. All the wine. To all the wine ho. Cheers.
To all the wine people. Cheers.
So this has been quite a week. Full moon and all that. Everybody's been up in arms. Everybody I talk to is up in arms. So what's happening in your life?
Well, you know, it didn't happen recently, but it's a situation that I never got to discuss with you that I would like your opinion on, the people's opinions on, because it's the kind of thing that could happen to anyone, but particularly here in Vegas. And it was a huge treat, and I want to share, because as you know, we endeavor on Hose On Air to discuss things that matter to no one and to lighten the fuck up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this
down with
story helps one do that. So, I was having dinner. Oh, are we on?
Yeah.
Hello?
I'm just making sure.
You know, this is right in my face, right in there. Yeah. So, having dinner on the Strip, I won't say where, and enjoying happy hour with a girlfriend of mine, as one tends to do. And we see from air-conditioned comfort, it's September. It's hot. It's really hot in Vegas in September. And we thought that sitting out on the patio was for insane people or people who simply didn't know any better. And we watched people who didn't know any better.
So no misters, right?
Oh,
yeah.
There were no misters.
Just cooking.
It was,
you see
oh
the
my God.
heat bubbling off the cement.
It was lovely tables, you know, with wrought iron and things like that. These 3 young girls who don't even look like they could be 21 stumble in, and they aren't wearing much of anything. And 2 of them are really trying to help the one, and they sit her in between them. And my friend says, watch this. And all of the people in the air-conditioned comfort of the bar are watching this through windows of the patio of the same establishment. Now, when you see someone's head, my friend called it, she's like, oh, no good is going to come of this. This young woman, she was sitting there for a minute, and then her head went down on the table, on her hands, you know, and she's like, in that heat, no good is going to come of this. And then they're asking the waiters, you know, can we get some ice? Can we get this? Can we get that? They're trying to help her. And then this dainty little thing very elegantly turns into a corner and pukes right in the corner of the patio.
Fabulous.
It was. Then they asked her to leave. They asked all of them to leave because they can't apparently have patrons puking on the patio or anywhere else. And then this is when the real entertainment started. You would have thought of it. And, you know, all of us, we're in the bar talking to each other. We're like, yeah, we've all been there. You know, that happens. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? And we kind of felt bad for her. They come out with murder scene tape. The kind of yellow tape that says, you know, don't cross this line. Yeah, it was like in Monsters, Inc. Yeah. Don't cross, beep, beep, beep. Yeah. And then they come out with a trash bag. This is well before COVID. So there is no reason for any of this. And they come out with a huge trash can. The guy is in plastic gloves, you know, mask, all of that. They throw away the menus in the trash can. They throw away the chair, I think.
Oh my God.
They threw away absolutely everything at the table. The tape is still up. Everything is gone. But here's the kicker. At the end of all of that, the other people that happened to be sitting out on the patio wanted free dinner. Free dinner. Just for having a person puke next to you. Now, they got it too.
I'm sure they did.
And a bunch of extra food. And like I said, this was pre-COVID, before businesses were worried about any type of situation with not having business. And, you know, all of us in the bar are all looking at that and we're like, hey, our eyeballs are offended. We had to see that too. You know, how come the people that were out on the patio got that? And why aren't they embarrassed? Thoughts, Luce?
Well, I don't know that I have too much to contribute on thoughts to that. I mean,
would you have done it?
Would
anyone else have done
I'm not sure. I think that if you are in the presence of an annoying guest, whether they have thrown up or they're just being loud and obnoxious or rude to the waiters, and your dining experience is lessened in some way,
Lessened.
to where the establishment feels like, hey, if we don't do something for these people, they're never going to come back. So it's not necessarily, I don't know about demanding a free meal. I think that a good Vegas restaurant, if they really value their customers, are going to look at that and go, let's at least give them free drinks, or let's give them a free dessert, just so that they're happy and they come back, because they want repeat business. They don't want to be known for the place where people come and throw up.
I guess
You know?
you're a classy hoe. 'Cause the way I saw it, they should charge extra for the entertainment. They never even took down the tape.
Well, look, it would be entertainment if it was outside the lines of the restaurant. Once it's on property,
Oh.
I believe that it becomes, the management is now responsible for what happens on property. And yes, you were visually affected and
Amused.
amused.
Oh my God, it was so spectacular. You don't get to see that. Like, it happens in Vegas all the time, but to have the perfect timing to just be able to kick back in air-conditioned comfort,
Yeah.
and just see a show like that right in front of your eyes, it was a treat.
It is a treat.
I thought so.
There's
And
a lot
they're
of
getting-
places on the strip that are outside of restaurants, like walking down Las Vegas Boulevard. There's plenty of lamp posts, and you get a lot of women that are have had quite a few hurricanes, have had their drinks, and think that it's a great idea to use the light post as a stripper pole.
I haven't seen that.
You haven't seen that? It's quite prominent on this. I've seen it a few times. Girls thinking it's hot, and they're wearing, barely nothing, and their dresses barely cover their butts, and they're wearing high heels that are so high that after a few drinks, they look like they're penguins waddling down the street, but they think they're hot. Everybody else is just amused at the fact that they're watching penguins in really tight skirts
my God.
walking down the street. And at the end of the day, they find these poles and decide
Hump
that it
them.
would be hot to show their boyfriends what they can do with them, which is really nothing. They climb on them, they flip on them. Next thing you know, they've got a concussion because they're on the floor in their own puke. I mean, it happens.
Listen, I took a pole dancing class.
Did you really?
I did. It bruised me up. I have nothing but respect for these people. Okay, if you can work a pole, anyone
Yeah,
who can
that's
work a pole,
talent.
it bruises up your whole chest, the arm strength that you need to have, and it's never dawned on me
Is
to
it like an Indian burn? If you don't have enough strength, you just slide straight down.
it's worse. You're gonna hit your butt. You're gonna do.
Oh my God, I don't know.
It was a complete. 'Cause
I've
I
only
can't-
been to a couple strip clubs out here in Vegas, and I have to say the girls that do that are very
Amazing.
fit,
Very fit.
very fit.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not for people who just think, oh, I'm drunk and I'm spectacular, because we've all done that. It's called poor form.
Poor
Poor
form,
form.
poor
And we-
judgment, poor self-esteem.
To poor self-esteem.
Poor self-esteem.
To poor self-esteem. We got it here. We've all been guilty of poor form, especially living here in Vegas, even when we're too old.
Oh my God,
to
anything
have
goes
it. Mm-hmm.
in Vegas, people. I mean, anything goes. I have seen everybody dressed up from not caring to attire that is 20 years too young for them.
Oh, I love that one.
And then full on Comic-Con. Like you get
Like
the
the
people,
furries?
You get the Furbies, you get the people dressing up in Transformer outfits and all that. So, I mean, and then they just like all of a sudden out of nowhere without a permit decide that they're going to stand on the side of the street and take pictures with people for money.
Well, yeah, I saw a gentleman dressed like a baby.
And who wants to take a picture with that?
People did. I sat out there and watched that.
Why would
and
you
he's
want
just
that?
dressed in a diaper with a big old pacifier around his neck and some sort of a bonnet, and he's out there, making the dollars.
Well,
I'm just
no
saying.
judgment, people.
No.
To each their own.
To each their. But people make money doing. I guess you don't see
Hey,
it
fetish.
anywhere
I
else.
don't know.
You
No,
don't-
it's like it's really concentrated on the strip.
Ooh, I see our number. So 702-329-6947. Would anyone else expect a free meal for seeing someone puke? I'd like to know. Does anyone have anything to say about that? People? Anyone?
I don't know that I would demand it. I would be annoyed, and I probably wouldn't come back. So if the restaurant didn't do something for me, if I was like right next to these people, Like if they didn't go, hey, we're really sorry, can we buy you a drink, or can we let us
Comp
give you
something.
dessert? You know, do something to let us know, hey, we're really sorry about what happened. Like that's just a gesture of good faith,
Professionalism.
and I wouldn't expect a free meal, nor would I demand one. But
oh no,
I
everyone
would
was
expect
getting
a
it.
gesture of some kind. Hey, if they got it, that's just good
They got
management.
it. They got their free meal and doggy bags. Like they ordered extra to take home.
Well, that's
with
not
them.
right. That's
and
not
I'm
right.
like, hey, I saw the whole thing. I saw them as they were stumbling up. I am so offended. You know, it just goes to show one man's trash is another's treasure. Because that evening, I still remember it. Like I said, it was before COVID, and to this day, it is precious enough to share it with you. And I knew you would feel that way. I knew that. I know you, ho. I know
Do
you.
you?
I do.
Do you, though?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
And I knew you'd say some shit like that. Well, let's see what
I'm just telling you. Okay, we do this show off the cuff. I don't know what's coming. I feel that it's
don't know what's
important
coming.
that I don't, because I like to be thrown off my game here. But you know, this is your show, so I love to hear about what you find amusing, because really, like,
You'll be disappointed, Luce. I found that very amusing, okay? That was amusement for me, and you're over there, hey, you know, I want my drinks comped.
I didn't say that. I just come from the perspective of an entrepreneur, in the respect of, you know, I want to take care of my customers, and when shit hits the fan on my territory, I want to make sure those people will come back.
I understand.
And you can't
I have
guarantee
to
it.
appreciate
Even
that.
if you do comps and freebies, you can't guarantee those people are going to come back.
Well, they don't live
And
here.
what you're
they
telling
don't
me-
fucking live here.
What you're telling me is basically they took advantage of the situation and went
Yes.
above and beyond, which I think is just a show of upbringing. I would never do that ever. Like that to me is just, that's a low ball. That's poor form. Yeah,
Poor form.
poor
It's a
form.
term, people. Poor form.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I would like to discuss with you what happened to my mum. My mum is a
How
very
long ago was this?
outgoing lady before COVID. So it's been,
Okay.
how many years has that been? Shit, I don't know. Well,
3,
before,
I think.
Well before COVID. And she was out on a lake where there was a bar. I forgot the name of the bar. I always called it Chiggers. And the reason I called it Chiggers is because, do you know about Chiggers?
It sounds vaguely familiar. Where would it have been?
This is a Midwestern situation. There are these things in the grass called chiggers. You people know about chiggers? Anyone? They get up. They're like mosquitoes that burrow in.
Ew.
And they get up in there and they stay. You try to smother them with clear nail polish or something. I don't know. But the bar was called something similar. I just called it chiggers. Now, her boyfriend, years ago, says to us, I don't remember how many years ago this was, you know, let's go to the lake bar. And we had just woken up. We did not do anything to ourselves, and we just went and off we go. And we meet people that they seem to know her boyfriend, and we walk in looking just a mess. There was no makeup. There was no, this is the best that I can do to, a mess. Okay. And we walked in and we sat down, and his friends approach him, the barfly friends, and they say, "Where'd you get the pretty girls?"
Oh dear.
Yeah. I immediately know I love these gentlemen.
We got him
right?
at the AM/PM.
Yep. I don't even remember what he said. He wasn't too quick. But then we get in conversations with these people, and I fancy myself. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you how I fancy myself.
Yeah, do.
You know, I might not be able to point out, you know, what somebody needs to be doing with their establishment to be more professional as quick as you, but I can enjoy a conversation.
Okay.
And I immediately see these guys, and I'm like, but my mom, she comes in before me, and she says, "So, do you gentlemen watch Dancing with the Stars?"
What?
Dancing with the Stars
Yes.
at a lake called, a
That
lake in the
makes
Midwest
perfect sense, the
called Chiggers.
correlation.
Now, she could tell they watched it, but they
What?
didn't want to admit it.
Are
They
you
didn't-
serious?
They said, "Well, I think we saw something about it on CNN." They don't watch CNN, and I'm pretty sure I don't watch CNN either, but does CNN do a segment on Dancing with the Stars? I'm sure I wouldn't know.
I don't think so, no.
Well, anyway,
I'm pretty
that's-
sure that's an NBC situation.
That's what they had said. They didn't want to admit to watching this show. And then she gets into it with them. She's like, well, this celebrity and that celebrity, you know, they fell and now, you know, it's up to this one. And they were like, oh, I know. They gave themselves away. So even people that frequent a bar called Chiggers in the middle, well, it wasn't really called Chiggers, but it may as well have been. I can't remember the name.
We're going to call it that.
You
it's
know?
the official name.
And I love that we just went, because normally I didn't want to go. I'm like, can I have a shower? You know, I like to have I'm a hoe, but I'm a hoe who likes a shower. I like a shower.
You didn't want to just dip in the lake and come out?
Oh my God. Anyway, and these men,
if you're Midwest, I don't know that that's much different than the South. You need a shower, you just take a dip in the river.
Well, these men were all about us. It was really easy to just sit back and bask in the admiration of people wearing hats with, oh geez, I think it said Bubba Gump on the top.
Love it.
And stuff like that.
Did you get free drinks?
Well, nobody puked.
Oh.
Maybe if we had.
I was curious.
You know, and that's a justifiable question. Yeah. It is. But what I liked is the idea of having a conversation with anyone. Just going up to anyone. And they had really remarkable things to say. That, again, I'm easily amused, and that counts for a lot. But I loved that these gentlemen even came over to just hang out. I mean, here we are, a bunch of strangers, and that people like that were there to just have a good time.
Could it possibly be that they had nothing else to do and this was
absolutely.
like the highlight of their week?
That's not the point, Luce. The point here is, you know, there are plenty of people that have nothing better to do. And, you know, like us, talking about this.
Talking
Kinda
about
like us. I'm not saying we're any better.
We talk about shit.
You know? Yes, we talk about stupid shit.
Stupid shit.
And that's one of the other stupid shit things I wanted to talk about. But I had more to say about what they had said, and now I've forgotten what it is.
Well, think about it.
Okay.
For those of you listening and not physically watching the show, do feel free to call in. The number is 855-502-4321. If you're local to Las Vegas, you can also call 702-329-6947. Press 1 if you call that one.
Wow. So
yeah.
you know that shit.
So, yeah, and if you get voicemail, please wait 5 minutes and call back because somebody's already on the line. So, yeah, we want to hear from you. That'll be fun.
Yeah, people help us. I know everybody on this planet has a stupid story. This is what we're wanting. We want to share. We endeavor on this on this show. Is this a show?
Yeah.
Is this actually happening?
we can watch YouTube and see little snippets, or we can talk about it and be highly opinionated about what happens. I don't know what's better.
That leads me to another topic.
Oh, good.
What do you think of this? All right, so I'm sure that you and most of our audience are familiar with the show Cops.
Oh, yes.
Bad Boys, Bad Boys. It is one of my favorites. I'm really particular about it, and I enjoyed it very much. Now,
why is that, Sarah?
You know, thank you for asking, Luce. One of the reasons I enjoy it is that the people that are on the show sign a waiver.
Oh.
Saying that they are okay with being seen on the show. They are okay with all of what is seen on the show. And so because of this, I took liberty in watching the show and having a few laughs because I'm sure they get something for it. What would you think they would get? You probably know this shit, don't you?
Well, to an extent. I don't know about Cops because that's like almost like a documentary. But for any person to be legally viewed on television or on
see, I knew you'd know shit.
They have to sign a waiver.
Lucy
so
knows
as
shit.
long look, we've done music videos and stuff, you know, that people have done voluntarily. They still have to sign a waiver. They don't get anything other than, you know, being fed or drinks or whatever. On Cops, I highly doubt that they have a donut bar in the back of the house or the back of the truck. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious. Actually, if some of our cop friends, and you know who you are, because I know we both know you, could call in and verify that.
Cops welcome.
Cops are welcome.
Welcome.
I don't know what it is. My whole life I've been surrounded by military, cops, fire department. It's just people of service, and thank you for doing that because there's not enough of you, and you risk your lives every day. So
Absolutely.
that on a serious note.
To the cops. To the cops.
Oh my God. Yeah. So our producer, Aaron, is saying if their face is blurred, they did not sign a waiver. And that is accurate. Or if they are arrested, they do not need to sign a waiver. Only time you have to sign a waiver is if they did not finish writing, Aaron.
Our producer.
Aaron.
He's so lovely. Mwah, Aaron. All right. I love he gets to forget what he's going to say. Well, I'm dying. I got to tell you. So then we're watching the cops, and I see someone sitting on with no shirt because none of the people on cops getting arrested are wearing a shirt. Which way are we supposed to look again, Mr. Producer?
Straight ahead.
How do I look at the people?
Straight ahead. Hey, while we're bringing attention to Aaron, and don't lose your train of thought, Sarah.
Oh, okay.
Just hold it together.
You're cute.
Are we supposed to have commentary coming up? I don't know, Facebook or whoever else is commenting. Yeah, I don't have anything to play off of here, Aaron. Come on, chop. Okay, go ahead, Sarah.
Which way are we supposed to look? How come you're looking at people?
Just look at the TV right there.
Which one?
The one that's out, above the fan.
Okay. So anywho, okay. Well, so on the cops, somebody is sitting there without a shirt on the street curb, as is common on cops. On his upper arm, it says Fred. Fred. Because he might...
Did it include the accent?
Yeah. If you watch the show, it did. Fred. Okay? And Fred's sitting there with his name on his bicep. And the cop comes up to him and says something brilliant. He said, "Did you hit her over the head with a baseball bat?" Nope.
Oh, hey, Raquel's here. Hi-ho.
Oh,
hi-ho.
What'd she say?
She say hi-ho.
You sound like the dwarves.
Mariah says hi, Sarah.
Oh, my God, Mariah. Hi.
I have heard so much about you.
Oh, Mariah. Oh, my heart. She's here. Welcome home, love. Oh, it's so lovely. Mariah has been with me for many an adventure, but not the cops one. Oh, Mariah, I might tell them about the hobo in the bathroom. Did I already talk about the hobo in the bathroom?
We didn't talk about a hobo in a bathroom, but you are welcome to continue the story about the cops.
Okay. Well,
so we had a Fred tattoo.
Fred is sitting there on the curb, and the cop had to ask him, "Did you hit her?" Because apparently she had called the cops over the head with a baseball bat. Fred's sitting there. Nope. And he just looks up at him. And I thought this was amusing. And he has signed a waiver, let's keep in mind, apparently, to be on the show doing this. And I'm laughing. And the person that I'm watching the show with, who has a different sense of humor, said, that's not very nice.
Oh?
These people are on this show, and would you like to be that? And I was I didn't really know how to take it, which is why I'm bringing it up to you, because you have a way of sorting, like wading through the bullshit, and she can sort it all out.
Wait, I'm trying to sort this. Sorry, champagne.
Indeed. Yes, please.
Who said that wasn't very nice?
A person that I was watching the show with, who I don't want to name.
Oh, so it was a viewer that was not on the show.
No, they were not on the show.
Watching the show with you.
But if they were, that would have been hysterical.
And said that was not very nice, based off of what the cop said to the guy.
That is, and me laughing at it.
Oh, yeah, no, I would have laughed at it, too.
That is the problem.
Yeah.
And
I think people are overly sensitive people.
And this was well before the world became the way that it is now in our endeavors to lighten the fuck up.
Yeah.
It is the kind of thing that at the time, Cops was perfectly appropriate to watch. People watched it. People enjoyed it. And somebody came over and tried to shit on me enjoying the show. And let's add to this, make me feel like a shitty person for enjoying the fact that Fred had signed the waiver and that we were all...
To be represented this way.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
But you know what? Mariah feels like this is a great story.
Where is she? I missed her comment. Did she say anything? What's happening?
She said it's a great story. Did you not hear what I just said?
That's it? I didn't read it.
That's a great story.
Oh, Mariah. See? She thinks thinks all my stories are great because she has to listen to them. I think all
your stories are great. This is why we're here.
She has to listen to them all the time. I thought they were that great. I would be like amused by myself.
It's not so much the story itself. It's the way you tell it.
Thanks, Ho.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ho. I do.
It's highly entertaining.
I like to help people lighten up.
They do need to lighten up.
Especially nowadays. Oh, Mariah. Oh, since she's here. So, Mariah and I worked together at an establishment. Now, it was the kind of establishment that sold cologne.
Oh, God, I can't take those.
This person walked in, and the cologne table would be there. Oh,
Mariah's
dear. What did she
stopping
say?
you. She said, we need the hobo story. That's the great one.
Okay. All right. Enjoy. You're in it, love. So he comes in, and you can see him coming in from the front of the store. He's coming in.
Okay, wait, start over. Who's coming in? What?
A hobo.
Hobo, okay.
A hobo. And he was a noted hobo for the area.
Is that politically correct?
Well, I do not know, Luce. That's on your end. You
I
need
don't
to know all the...
Producer
Mr.
Aaron?
Producer. Okay. I'm saying hobo. It's one of my favorite words. I think it's really fun.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
And he comes in, douses himself. He's glistening in cologne.
Awesome.
Just glistening.
Has he showered? No, that is his shower. That was his shower.
The whole term hobo implies no shower.
Thanks, Sarah.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, you're right.
No shower.
That was a dumb question.
But that's why he doused. But he knew it.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. I mean, I'm just saying. No.
I can honor when I've asked a stupid question.
All right. Well, I do it all the time. So he comes in. He's glistening. Oh shit. He's glistening in cologne, and he says nothing. He just kind of, and guests in the store are getting nervous because they're not used to somebody coming up doused in cologne. You can smell.
They're not used to a hobo smelling like cologne.
Evidently not. Mm-hmm. Then he goes into the two bathrooms, one of the two bathrooms that the establishment has.
Did he make a purchase before using the restrooms?
No. Oh, there was no, and everybody knew him. And here's the kicker too. You're not allowed to kick him out. You're not allowed to ask, even if somebody comes in making the actual paying customers uncomfortable. You can't say anything, at least at this point in time.
Really?
Yeah. Well, this is the thing.
Oh,
so then, I'm going about my business. I'm doing my thing. As we all are. And then eventually, I need to pee because that happens. And I go to open a door, which is unlocked. And what do I see? Sprawled out all over the toilet like a spider is all out, legs and things. I won't fall. All this stuff out. And he looks up at me like,
oh my God.
And I'm like
privacy, ma'am?
Oh, no. More like, huh. You know? And I'm like, oh my God. And the door shuts and I turn around. It's coming back to me now. It was really traumatizing. I'm like, oh my God. And Mariah, who just made it, she was right there. And I just went and hugged her. She had no idea what had happened. She had no idea. Mariah, girl, you had my back. Thank you.
Were you crying?
Mariah,
was she crying?
I was not, but I was disturbed. I mean, have you ever done it? Has anything like that ever happened? Oh my God, have you ever had anyone open up your door? Because that happened to me just a couple months ago. And I locked it, but it didn't quite stick.
Yeah, actually, I not sticking is really the key to that story because I thought I bolted the door and I'm turning around, I'm doing my thing, and I sit down. Next thing I know, it's like halfway open.
Oopsie.
And I've had little, like when, I'm not a fan of children. Children love me. I prefer fur babies. But women love to bring their little boys into the women's bathroom. And while they are taking a pause of their life and having a good pee session, they allow their children, in this case their little boy, to wander about the women's bathroom. And he was going under every single door stall, sticking his head under. Ha! Ha!
How old was he? Like 16?
That would have been weird. It was more like 12. No, he was... I'm terrible with age. I would say this particular child was probably 3 or 4.
He's getting his jollies in.
But it clearly was at an age where he just identified women in general as people he could approach.
Oh yeah.
And here I am, you're using the bathroom with the pants down and you've got your thing, you think you're in your private stall, but no, here's this child. And then I see the mom hurrying up out of her stall and I see her hands come up underneath my stall and she's grabbing him because at this point he is now fully in my stall. She grabs him by his back feet and yanks him back under. He swan dives. She yanks him back out underneath the
Jeffrey, come on!
And all I hear is, I'm sorry, get your ass over here. What are you doing?
That's a good parent. That's good parenting. All y'all parents up, that's good parenting.
And I did, you know, I walked out of that stall to wash my hands, and she was still there with him and didn't say 2 words to me after that point. You know, she just said her piece and was dealing with the situation the best way she could. And I didn't know at that particular, like now that I look back on it, it's funny. But at the moment, I was like, I didn't know if I should be pissed or embarrassed or agitated. All the verbs could come into play here because I was just kind of neutral, dumbfounded. Like, how does somebody let their kid do that?
She didn't. She was busy doing something else.
No. I'm sorry. So my come from on this is if you're going to bring any child into a bathroom and they're underage to where they don't understand how to use a stall and they don't know how to do it on their own, you have no business leaving them in the stall alone.
They're not.
No, but she did. He was not in the stall. She was in the handicap stall. There was plenty of room for that child to be in the stall with her.
She was squatting, and then he went and
Don't
wandered
matter.
off.
No, don't matter. Don't matter.
I don't know.
I don't care if you're in the middle of popping one out. Like, you got to grab that kid.
That's a valid point of view, and I don't disagree. What I will also say is that...
Thank you, Marcia.
Oh, Marcia! Oh, hello. Oh, she's enjoying... Oh, and I saw that Raquel had said something about a hoedown, but I didn't get a chance to acknowledge
hoedown?
it.
She just said hi-ho.
Hi-ho.
Hi-ho, hi-ho.
You almost fell when she grabbed you and said almost a hoedown.
Oh, I missed
What?
that. Yeah.
She grabbed me
Hoedown.
like I was going to
Hoe
fall.
down. She's waiting for somebody to fall on this show so we can
so
say
she
hoe
can
down.
say, okay, see, I didn't even follow that part. Champagne. Hey, Champagne. Yeah, but see, the thing about kids in bathrooms, if the mother has to go, I don't want to stay on this too long because I don't like kids either. Yeah, everybody knows
You
it.
have too. I'm just saying.
I thought
you
we'd-
went through this at one point. Did you allow your children out of the stall?
I never took them out in public.
See, that's
you can't
accurate
do that.
right there.
You can't do that.
What is it with mothers thinking that they can bring all 4 of their children to Walmart, pile
do
them
not know.
into the cart, and think that they're going to go shopping without incident?
Without incident? I don't know. I didn't have the energy. Do you see how much energy I have right now? I didn't have the energy to go chasing children around, but I thought we'd have a few giggles, and that's why I had them. My point is that the other people that
Were
aren't
you
me-
promised something that was under-delivered?
Yeah, I thought it would be a lot more fun. Thank you for asking. I thought having
You thought
kids,
parenting was going to be a lot more fun.
I did. I thought it would be like.
Is it
when-
more fun now that your kids are old enough to take care of themselves?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah.
like it. I like this. This is my parenting. This is my parenting hoedown. It is.
I can't relate.
I'm so responsible.
I made a decision very early on. If kids came around, I would deal with it, but I really never wanted kids.
I understand, and that's valid.
Yeah.
And I understand. But for those of the people who have them, you're trying to pee. You wait to pee. All the mothers, we wait to pee until we absolutely cannot hold it. Then we have to go. Sometimes there's no one there to watch your kid. You have to bring it to the bathroom with you. Who said what?
My kids are fun.
You
she
see,
says.
well,
Raquel.
some people's,
Hey,
well, good for you.
Good for you.
That's
okay.
awesome.
The bottom line is,
Not everybody gets that experience.
not everybody gets that.
And
I
they-
certainly don't get that.
No.
And why do I have to deal with everybody else's children? Like, I made a choice not to have them, and yet other people decide that it would be fun for me to enjoy their children.
They don't know you. If I had a young child, there's no way in fuck I thought
Oh,
you
I want you to meet my kids. I'd be like, oh my God, I want you to meet my 4 dogs.
I understand. It's not for everyone. Hey, to each their own. Everybody needs to do what they need to do. I thought it would be a lot more fun. But the thing
But
is,
it's a life choice, right? You have children, and I feel like, and it goes both ways. You decide to have pets, and you forget that some people don't like animals, which to me is like, I don't even understand that
Yeah, I
concept,
don't like you then,
right?
yeah.
But on the
We're all
flip
done here.
side of that, there's people that love children, and their whole life goal is to get married and have children. And then they think that that's everybody else's goal. So, I mean, it goes both ways.
they do. They do. Don't everybody wants in.
I love when I got married. for like 2 years straight, every single place I went, it was, do you have kids yet? Are you pregnant yet? Are you going to have children? How many kids do you have? How many? And when I'd be like, we're not having children, like, oh, but children are great. And then I'd get this whole lecture about how I need to change my mind about this decision that I've already made, because they're so happy. And I'm going, are you though? Are you really that happy? You don't get to go anywhere. You get to sacrifice all your money on another child, and you don't get to go travel. You don't get to go do things. You
Well
have committed
said.
the 18 years of your life to bringing up a child that you hope turns out okay and doesn't end up a drug addict or in jail or murdering somebody or whatever else.
We all have
happens.
high hopes that way. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I love that, and my husband puts it the best way. There are people that come up to us trying to convince us otherwise,
Still?
to this day. And
Oh my God, can I watch?
and
How come
what's
you don't call
funny
me over?
is that their children clearly have destroyed them, because it's almost like they're telling us this story of how great having children is through tears.
Yes.
Like, please,
That's accurate.
please make the decision to destroy your life too, so I can feel better about myself.
That's you got it. And that is it in a nutshell. To Lucy, hoes. To Lucy,
It's
ladies
not to
and
me.
gentlemen. To
I
Lucy.
just I don't dislike children. Children really
Yes, you
like
do.
me. I
Yes,
just
you
don't
do.
want them near me.
Yes, I understand. I
Yeah.
do.
They can be in the audience. They can be,
They
you know.
can. And speaking
take
of
pictures.
children, here's something I would like everyone's opinion on. Just because you're the child of someone who's famous, should you be on Dancing with the Stars? Because this is something we discussed in the Chiggers community.
Well, have
Now-
they accomplished anything?
No, they
Oh,
are simply the offspring of a famous person. Now, this drives me crazy. Why can't I read this? What's happening?
It's a little small. Oh,
What? Now,
it's
see,
gone
then
now.
it disappears.
It's gone now.
I try to. That'd be great. That'd be great because some of us are slow.
Rena
And-
says, Raquel. Oh, it's a response to Raquel. Me either. They need to be beyond special for that to happen.
Who was?
They don't like kids.
Yeah. Women.
Beyond special.
Word.
Special is a relative term these days.
Is anyone really special anymore?
Well, I feel like my youngest Chihuahua is special, but it's
Okay.
not because he does anything interesting. It's actually because he's a little slow.
He's so gifted. He's so gifted. But no, these people are on Dancing with the Stars.
Is it Lena?
It's Lana.
Lana.
Lana, I think. Whatever happened to zero population growth? How can people even afford more than two? Exactly.
How can people
Lana.
afford one?
Yeah, or any.
I mean, I can barely afford me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I have a cat.
And a dog.
That's about it for right now. And I take my grown-up children out to luncheon. We enjoy luncheon.
Yeah.
Or dunch. Do you know about dunch? It's the most fun meal of the day.
Yeah, I made up that.
No, I did.
Okay,
I made
well,
up dunch. You
whatever.
got that from me. No, but these people that are offspring of celebrities, Dancing with the Stars is so desperate. They don't have any real stars anymore. Okay, there's no real stars, and now they're digging to the it's called dumpster diving, people. They're digging to the bottom of the dumpster, and if you're the offspring of a celeb, even like a celeb you haven't even heard of, that's enough.
Yeah, I think it's just at the point where they don't want to go off the air. So
That's
they're,
it.
you
need to stop filming.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all done here. But I did enjoy it when it was good. I enjoyed some of my favorite old soap opera stars were on there. And then when you get a football star on there and they're trying so hard, I mean, that's not their game,
It's
you know?
really not.
Oh, you know what I think would be really fun is if you took like all of the basketball players or all the football players or hockey or something and then made them ice skate. Well, not the hockey people because they already know how to do that.
Actually, they don't. They don't have a toe pick.
Toe pick. Got it. But the point is that wouldn't that be fun? Why isn't there a show about that? I just thought of it just now.
Because there were 2 movies made called Cutting Edge and Cutting Edge 2.
No. That was just, and he played hockey.
He did.
So he
And then
doesn't-
became
that's
a
like,
figure skater.
That's like when
Toe
figure
kick.
no. That's like when figure skaters win on Dancing with the Stars. If a figure skater wins, that's cheating because they already kind of know how to dance. They know how to move their body. You need to take someone, get a football. Those football players when they make it so that they can
Sumo wrestler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that. Someone who has no experience whatsoever. Now that is like the Oscar of dance.
What I would actually like to see is the guys that are currently doing the new Magic Mike show. Right, because there's now a physical show here in Vegas called Magic Mike based off of the movie.
The movie.
And I would love to see those guys on Dancing with the Stars. Because just
But
being
why?
able to wiggle your butt does not mean you can waltz.
Oh, you want them to do formal ball? Of course, she
I want
does.
to. I want to see. Hey,
yeah,
that's
that's
what
your
I
thing.
do. That's my
your
thing, right?
Agreed.
Yeah. So it's always fun to take people who don't know how to formally dance, but say they dance. Like So You Think You Can Dance. That's one of my favorites.
They do think they can dance.
Yeah, I love that show. I think the people that go
Can
on
they
that
dance?
show, oh my God, beyond talent.
So it's not that they think they can dance; they can dance.
Well,
What's that like?
they can dance, but it's the so You Think You Can Dance tackles all the different genres of dance, everything from hip hop to jazz to tap, ballet.
Everybody
everything.
gets an opportunity.
Ballroom, everything. So if you are a ballroom dancer, you also have to be very good at tap dancing, at jazz, at ballet. If you do just ballet, you have to be able to do the others. And so when they say So You Think You Can Dance, it implies the versatility of all the dances.
Does anyone really have that?
Yeah.
Really?
It's actually really quite remarkable to see like the talent that is out in the world. I'm just fascinated by it. I love it.
I think that's fabulous. I haven't had the opportunity to watch that show.
Oh, we're going to do that. Vagina Night.
that-
It's happening.
Oh yeah, Vag Night.
Vag
Is
Night.
everyone familiar? Where we go and we watch something that most men, I guess, wouldn't watch.
Yeah, really, it's just a girls' hangout. Vag Night is every Tuesday night. So welcome to Tuesday. After the show, Sarah and I will be moving the champagne over to the couch, and we will be putting on a chick flick.
Anyway, snarf.
And we do this.
I snarf.
And if you're privy to
Taco Tuesday.
yeah, it is on
Thank you.
Taco Tuesday. Thank you,
for
Erin.
that. Yes. Yes.
If you're privy to what was I going to say? Vag Night.
What? Who are you? Do you know who you are?
I'm a champagne. It's
my
pretty
gosh.
and sparkly. No, Vag Night is Taco Tuesday, and we will leave here today with our champagne and hit the couch, and we usually put on a chick flick. And if you come from the era of Siskel and Ebert, when they would put on the movies and they were actually filmed with, doing the commentary for the films. And then after them, there was, I don't even remember the name of the show. It was the little alien creatures that were just in
Oh, yeah.
shadow.
Yeah, I forgot
And you'd have the
to.
movie going, and you'd have
I
the
know.
shadow puppets, and they would be doing really vulgar commentary
Oh, yeah.
on the movie.
I don't remember it
Nobody
either, but I
does
know.
that today, so that's what we do. And if
review
that's
movies.
something of entertainment to you, maybe that'll be another show.
We'll have to specify it to just that topic because
Yeah.
We confuse
It
people
really is.
with all of this.
Vag Night.
Vag Night,
Yeah.
ho. Do you have any other grievances to air out? I mean, so many horrible things happen
man.
to you. You're disenchanted like every other day. I didn't know if you wanted to help me out because if you do, I want to give you the opportunity. Otherwise, I have
there
plenty.
should be a segment on this show called "The Airing of Grievances." Yes. Am I prepared
Oh,
for
yeah.
that? Not
Grievances.
quite. Yes. Thank you, Erin. It's Statler and Waldorf, the Muppet characters. That's yeah.
Thank you. Oh, isn't he
The-
lovely? He looks. I love that he
Yeah,
knows.
he's good.
And there's also Blaine and Antoine from In Living Color. 2 snaps up and a back snap. Yes, around the world and back. I loved them. I mean, there's been lots of good movie reviewers. We're not out to be original. We're just out to let you know what we like now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bring back the classics.
Yes.
I don't know.
Thoughts?
Grievances.
You got nothing?
Oh man.
'Cause-
There's nothing relevant at the moment
Well, none of this is relevant.
I have a delightful laugh. Thank you. I've been told otherwise.
Aw.
Thank you.
Isn't that lovely?
No, I mean, do you have grievances?
Well, I don't have grievances, but
This
I have...
week has been the full moon.
Oh, my God.
I mean,
It's
shit's
really
been going down.
It's
I
been
feel
harsh.
like nobody can do anything for themselves. I feel like all I'm getting is phone calls for like basic human action.
Lucy,
Like
that's
making
me.
a phone call, like looking up an address. Like I'm just expected to do
when
everything.
I texted you the other day and said, "So how do I get the tickets?" And you said, you called my ass, and you said, "Girl," and I said, "What? I don't know where to go for the shit."
Okay, so background story on this is my husband has a show on Saturdays, and I got a couple of tickets for Sarah, and
Who didn't know where to get them?
and she
didn't
texts
tell
me and she goes, "So what do I do? Where do I go? Who do I check in with? How do I get these tickets?" And I'm
At
like,
least it wasn't
"You
do
show
it.
up."
Well, I didn't know that. Ho didn't know.
Ho didn't
You
know.
gotta tell Ho.
Well, I told you were sitting with me, so it wasn't like
I wasn't sitting with you.
Well, in this case, you weren't by the time you got there because things had shifted. But normally, when you get tickets, there's ticket stubs. So I understand her point of view. I just thought it was kind of funny, and I thought I'd be a smartass that day.
Well, do you think I need that? Do I look like I need
do.
that?
I feel like you need that.
Do I look like I need to be more confused, people? Does anyone agree with that statement?
It wasn't about confusing you more. It was just about fucking with you.
I'm glad you were amused. Now, amusement I can appreciate.
I was thoroughly amused.
Now, I want to have a segment of our show. Are you ready?
What?
It's called Getting Deep.
Oh, God.
Getting Deep. Now,
Wait a minute. I'm not in the mental state for that. Like, there
No.
has to be foreplay for all of that.
oh my God, wait till you hear what I'm going to
Things have
say.
to happen.
No, Getting Deep is the
Because
segment.
that can be painful if you're not prepared.
No. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. I want to offer a part of this segment where we can offer our viewers and yourself, because who knows what you need to fuck with me evidently about tickets. I need to know what you're going to need to say about these things. Did you see the movie? It's not that I'm promoting movies, but there was recently a movie about, well, it's not even that recently anymore. Point is, there was a movie about Mr. Rogers. Are you familiar or are you too young?
No, I've seen it.
Okay.
Yep.
Mr. Rogers, a children's...
Mr. Rogers'
a
Neighborhood.
children's...
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yep.
Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, a children's show from the 70s.
That went up all the way through the 90s. Yeah.
I frequented Mr. Rogers. I thought
I did too.
I thought he
Yeah.
was the bee's knees. Anyway, what he was promoting, and I didn't realize this as a child, is
beautiful day in the neighborhood.
neighborhood, a beautiful
That's all we can do.
day for a, oh no, I can do the whole
No,
thing.
but we
But
can't.
I'll spare you. No, the point is, are we running out of time? Is
No,
it almost
I,
over?
I don't want to run into
Producer-
licensing issues.
oh shit. Okay. The point is, what I didn't know about Mr. Rogers that I saw in this documentary that he was trying to promote is the idea of, like, this moment in time. Do you see me looking into your eyes? Do you see me looking at you?
I do.
Are you looking
I
at
see you. I see you, ho.
Are you looking at me looking at you?
Well, I read lips, so I'm really looking at your lips.
Okay.
Okay.
As
Okay.
long as you see, because Mr. Rogers really believed, and he was trying to teach this to children, but we can do this with everyone, and this is how the show gets deep.
Yeah.
Okay. I want for you to know that in this moment, as I am speaking to you, you are the most important thing.
Yes, he was very good for
You-
that. Yeah.
You are the most important thing.
He was about honoring the person.
Yes.
Yeah.
But did you know that? Like, how did you come to
well,
even make that
I saw the
statement?
documentary.
Oh, you saw it.
I did see it.
Oh,
yeah.
people.
I thought it was really well done.
Yeah.
And I thought he had a great message that he was trying to put out into the world. And it was just acceptance and love and passing on love and recognition of the person in front of you.
Absolutely, people. And
Yeah.
I feel that if we did more of that, am I recognizing the people? Am I looking the right way, Mr. Producer?
Sarah, talk about when you went to the car wash.
What? Oh my God. Oh my God. That's not that funny. That's not even a, oh my, okay, I will. Just so she can feel that she's validated because you are the most important person right now. But okay, but first I have to finish up what I was fucking saying, which is that when a person is in front of you, people, if you can just Do you know what the most valuable commodity is that you can give a person right now, Luce? It's not money or sex.
It's your time.
Correct. Your
That's
attention.
always been the case. Yeah.
Your attention. A lot of people don't know that. They think it's your money. They think it's...
my time is precious. Don't waste it.
Some people think it's booze from time to time.
Well,
It's
it
the
could
most
be that.
important
It
thing
could
that,
be that.
what, but yeah, your attention. So Mr. Rogers was into teaching about that. Now, I have been requested to tell a story. So I'm going to a car wash. Driving. I don't think that this is really that relevant, but you go into the car wash and you know how they have the grooves, and you got to drive your car into the grooves.
That always freaks me out.
Well,
I never feel like I'm lined up
Exactly.
and the guy's going.
That's what they do. Yeah, and
And I'm
talk
like,
about
okay, is
giving
that
them,
it? What else do I do?
We'll talk about giving them my attention. I'm like, all right, where do I go? This much this way? This way? What do I do? And I'm trying to do that. And then I don't remember why, but my window was down. I'm talking to the guy right before we're pulling into where they squirt you with the water. And he was saying some shit to me. I don't even remember what it was. And I'm trying to pay attention. Okay, Lana, maybe it is funny. I'm trying to pay attention, and he's talking to me through my window. And then I'm rolling up the window. It's cutting. He's talking to me as if you were talking to me right now. The window's going up as if to say, fuck off.
you.
I didn't mean it. I wasn't aware I was pressing on the control. I've had this car since like 2010. I guess I don't know how it works. And it goes up, and then I'm like, oops. And she thinks, the woman who asked me, my mom, she thinks it's so funny. And she's like, Sarah, you got to roll. He's still talking. Roll down the window. It really, you had to be, it's one of those you had to be there kind of stories. Maybe everything I say is you had to be there kind of story. But it was sad because he was still talking and I wasn't giving him my full attention. And it's just so appropriate that I was talking about that before she asked me to make an ass out of myself.
Because you were so worried about water getting into your car. More so
but
than what he was saying.
we weren't even in the water
Well,
part
clearly,
yet.
unconsciously, you were worried about getting wet.
Well, thank you. Oh, dream analysis. Lucy can do that. Oh, gosh. So people, last night I have this crazy ass dream where there's this woman, and I think she's an old girlfriend of mine, but she's old. And I'm like, so how have you been? Have you been dating? Blah, blah, blah. I haven't talked to this woman in a while. And it's this woman with totally white hair, wrinkles. I mean, she could have been 906. And suddenly I catch on because I'm pretty quick, right? And I'm like, hey, you're not my friend. And I zoom over to her couch and I look at her like this. And I say, who are you? And then her blue eyes start to, like, the whole eye fills up with blue. And then I'm like, should I be scared of you? And I start to freak out. And then I woke up. I had some funky dreams. And then Lucy informs me that this means that, what was it?
I didn't say that's what it meant. I said my interpretation.
Well, that's what you mean. Okay, fine. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Your
Hey,
interpretation.
I don't want to be like, I don't want comments about how I'm completely wrong on this, but
Everyone is entitled to their interpretation.
I said that symbolically, I think that the woman is knowledge and wisdom, and she was seeking it. And so she sat in front of the woman and gazed into her eyes because she wanted knowledge and truth. And what was being revealed was bigger than what she expected. And so it scared her.
I like knowledge and truth on a case-by-case basis.
Hey, you're always on a path to seeking something. So it made sense to me. And historically, a woman is always, like an old woman is always perceived as somebody that's either a witch and even if they are a witch is perceived as somebody that people would go to for healing or for answers.
Or to burn at the stake.
Well, no, that's when they would
happened.
just grab her. But I mean, old women in general were known to know things and help guide you. And there, you get most psychics and most palm readers and most herbologists are all women. So it kind of makes sense to me that knowledge and foresight and understanding are the basis behind this woman. Whereas men historically old men are a symbol of tradition and past lives and
farting. And farting. In my experience.
I was going to say that.
I'm just saying, because I'm giving you my undivided attention.
You are.
And I wanted to add,
Mr. Rogers.
I wanted
yes,
to add to that.
Yeah.
People, if we can give people, just for the few seconds of your conversation.
Yes, Rena,
People-
a keeper of wisdom and knowledge. See?
Thank you.
So I'm not full of shit.
No, I never thought you were. That's not why. I wanted
but
you
I
to
don't-
share.
I mean, I'm not trained in this stuff, so
No.
all I
But
can
that
do
makes
is
it
give my
even-
opinion.
I don't know. I think that makes it even better because, someone who's your friend offers an opinion about a dream. Anyone have any dreams? Any dreams, people? Anyone want to share? I'm into sharing. Share.
Yeah, share.
Share.
Hey, share. Share.
Share. The Cookie Monster, who was on right after Mr. Rogers, had a song about sharing.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember that.
It was. Well, of course you don't. It was a thing for a while. All right. Well, what else does anyone know what's going on around here? I'm so tired of being so confused all the time. How many minutes we have?
Oh my God.
Oh my
So,
God. I can wind
since
this
we're
up.
taking a pause,
Are we?
Hose on Air.
Hose.
We are going to be back weekly every Tuesday at 3:00 Pacific Standard Time. So if you are enjoying the program, please visit us. Put it in your calendars.
Marsha.
And we will be there every Tuesday at 3:00 Pacific Standard Time. And Aaron has been kind enough to give us a plethora of links for you guys to go to. So is it now I'm
All the
drawing a
links.
blank there.
All the
Go
links.
Live Vegas. Sorry. Go Live Vegas is our platform for Las Vegas entertainment,
Champagne.
televised
Champagne,
entertainment.
Aaron.
Yeah, don't judge me, man.
Champagne. Lots of champagne.
So right now the platforms are all those links for Go Live Vegas. We will be on there weekly, and if you are wanting to be a sponsor or advertise on our show, we will eventually have commercial breaks. It's not normal to talk for an entire hour without breaks.
Wow.
But while we get all our sponsors in place, that's where we go. We're on Roku. We're on Twitter. We're on, oh my God, we're on
all the shit.
We're on everything.
Everything.
TikTok, Twitch,
All-
Facebook,
Is there
Instagram. Find us,
twitching?
listen to us, watch us live, or just listen via Amazon, right? It's Amazon. YouTube, Roku. Thank you. Download the Live Vegas app, Go Live Vegas app on your Android or iPhone. It's in the store. I guarantee you it's been paid up and downloadable at this point.
Free. I like the way you spell free. I can read that free.
Yes, Go Live
And
Vegas
thank
has a
you.
lot of really amazing programming, and we're honored to be one of those shows. And
Go Live Vegas has a Roku channel.
we do.
I can read
Roku
that
channel.
you
So
know.
we're on Roku, free.
free.
People, free.
And this again is for people endeavoring to not take life so seriously. How would you describe our show, Lucy?
Our show is a plethora of useless information that will make you laugh. That's what I'm going
and
for.
everyone is welcome to share. I
Yeah.
want to accentuate.
Look, we all have
Every-
shit. Don't
I know
don't
you
delete
all
that
have.
out.
I know you do. I know all of you out there have your shit and you're holding back. Come on, people. Share a little. It feels good. You
No.
will be most welcome.
Yeah.
Everyone, please do share. Hose on Air. I
Hose
love
on
you,
Air.
Ho.
Ho,
I love
Sarah.
you.
It's
Word.
a pleasure.
Always.
Thank you. Thank you
Word.
for tuning in, everybody.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
I hope to see you. We hope to see you again next week. Have a
Absolutely.
great time.
Hose
Ciao
on
for
Air.
now.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Mwah.